What is going on, movie meals? We are here for the Aquaman non-spoiler review. Let's just get into it. Kyle, what did you like about Aquaman? What are the positives? Let's go!
Well, right off the bat, I was really glad that DC and Warner Bros. Hired James Wan to take over this project, because you can really tell James Wan just had a blast making this. He was able to create the world of Atlantis to be his own, to make it this colorful and bright place with all this interesting lore going into seeing what Atlantis is like. And I really appreciate that he took the time to craft out such a great environment to work with. And it not only did the environment stand out a lot, but some of the characters as well were also pretty fun to watch. I really enjoy Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I thought he did great. I mean, I loved him since he first got hired by Zack Snyder, and that was supposed to be on like a darker version of it maybe, but I still think Jason Momoa pulled off this lighter, this more family-friendly version that they were trying to go for in Aquaman. I think you see his journey from trying to see if he can come from both Atlantis and the land world, while at the same time like trying to understand what it means to be a hero, what it means to become Aquaman. And you really see that transition from just being, you know, kind of a normal guy who has this extraordinary power into becoming like this superhero that we all know of him as Aquaman. So I thought Momoa did a fantastic job with that. I liked all the different characters that came along with the story, especially Mera, who was played very well by Amber Heard. There was even moments where I was like, maybe she should be running Atlantis instead of Arthur instead of Aquaman, but I still enjoyed their adventure together. It's a very fun film. The action is incredible. James Wan does a great job with the action sequences, as well as the cinematography in general. It's just beautiful. Lots of great CGI as well in this.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I thought all of the acting across the board was great. I thought from Amber Heard to Jason Momoa, Willem Dafoe, Dolph Lundgren was great. And then what's his buckets, who plays the villain?
Who's
in all
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson was fantastic as always. So I thought they all did a very, very good job. Some of the shots were breathtakingly beautiful. I thought they were just absolutely fantastic. A lot of the humor really worked for me. I love Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I was a big Game of Thrones. I'm a big Game of Thrones guy, as you guys know. So to see him get a different role, I really have enjoyed, and he is just the perfect Aquaman. He looks great in that suit to me. I think it worked really well. They make a lot of the powers that Aquaman has been made fun of for having. They make him look really cool and really awesome.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
So yeah. I overall enjoyed the movie, and I really I liked all the acting, and I thought it was pretty good. All right, negatives.
Despite the film having like this lighter, family-friendly type tone to it, there was still quite a couple of moments, at least for me anyway, where it just kind of went over the line of the family-friendly, funny, joke, yuck type thing into just straight corny, to where for me personally it was just cringy to watch. Like whether it was just like supposed to be a joke that just doesn't work well for me, or maybe it was just the way when the actress says a line just kind of cringe for me as well. But I don't think that's going to bother too many people, especially in the audience that we're at. A lot of the general audience, not really fans of DC, they kind of just went to see the Aquaman movie just because it was the Christmas season. And it really seemed like, despite all those cringy moments that I found to be not totally great, they still seemed to enjoy themselves as well. So I think that's just more of a personal thing that I noticed, but I think overall people will still have a great time with the tone kind of being, you know, in one realm, and then maybe just going over the line to where it wasn't really needed to happen.
Yeah, when I got out of the movie, I wasn't sure if I liked it or hated it, to be honest. And I thought the pacing is pretty bad in the first half of the movie, and then there's a scene about halfway through the film that should be completely taken out of the movie. It's completely tone changer. It felt like something watched out of the Star Wars prequels bad to me.
Sorry,
I thought it was horrible. No spoilers, Kyle. Talk off camera.
All right.
Involves some flowers. I'll just say that.
Okay,
completely, it belongs in a different movie. It doesn't belong to be shot on cinema. I thought it was so bad. And then after that, I thought the pacing actually fixed itself. It got a little better. I thought the villains were a little weak. It was kind of a couple villains. It was just be bad to be bad for the most part. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more about the fight for the throne and really focus a little bit more on that we've seen in the trailers. And it doesn't always focus on that. And I think there were better ways to handle a couple of the side actors, and I think that's a little bit on the writing there. But it did smooth out as the movie got going. But yeah, I had a couple of deep issues with some of the things, but yeah.
I like that you mentioned like the villains and side characters parts because it seemed like at times they were setting up like these ideas that could be played out in the movie and could be interesting, like especially even some conversation that some characters have. We can go more into this in the spoiler review as well, but I noticed that as well. I noticed that like, oh, this could be a interesting shift to see like where these characters are going to go next, but instead like it either falls flat or just goes in the realm of kind of what I was saying of just into some cringy territory where it really doesn't feel like it needs to be belonged in there. So yeah,
I agree.
That was a good point as well.
All right, guys, what did you think? Please comment below and let us know. Remember to like, subscribe, and share as well. We are going to be making a spoiler review right after this. So yeah, and as always, thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.